Hello everyone and welcome back. We lost Ginger for a second. Sorry we did not use the short little intro. Didn't realize what the time was. We were quickly moving and yeah, we're trying to move along as fast as we can because it's starting to get a little late and all that fun shit. So sadly to Mysticats losing that one. So we are now in the losers final. And it is going to be Mysticats versus OTC. We've already seen each other, so this should be fun. To kind of update you guys on the last time Mysticats and OTC saw each other, it went to a game 5. OTC took game 1 and 3, and then Cats took 4 and 5 after taking game 2 as well. So make sure to make your votes, Mysticats or OTC, on who you think is going to win. Oh, by the way, do you, Fox, do you know what the last game of Cats versus Need Boost score was?
1-5.
1-5. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That was game, same thing as game 3?
I think so. No. It was 0-2.
0-2. Yeah, that's how I'm doing.
Yeah, not bad.
You good. I forgot to clock in the scores for that. All right, so you guys are going to take it away while I set all the background beauty.
All right. So we're looking at a rematch between Mysticats and OTC, this time in the losers bracket. And so I was unable to watch the first time they played. Did you get to watch it, Ginger?
No, I was not able to.
All right.
Actually.
Well, from what I saw of OTC earlier today and Mysticats earlier today, I think we're going to look at a really strong series. But I think OTC are going to have a bit of an easier time. But at the same time, Mysticats is extremely warmed up. Random is very warmed up from the All-Star game, and the entire thing. Just like it was really a high-level record. So you got to be going into that at least a little bit hyped. And OTC has had a break here and there, and it seems like our music is very loud. So Random, if you're listening, I would turn that down a little bit. But predictions. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, if given the games between Mysticats and Need Boost, if Mysticats can just pull it together, cool off for a hot minute, I think they would be able to come back and face against Need Boost. Honestly, like you said, OTC's had a little bit of a break. Though when we played against OTC, it was quite a difference. Like that was, I think, our first game against a Group B team, so like it's hard to try to predict something when you haven't had those teams play against each other yet.
Right.
I feel.
Well, judging on the way it went the first time, where they were just gonna like swap back and forth these games, it seems pretty even. I think in this case, I'm gonna go with Mysticats, just because they're so warmed up. And just in general, I think Mysticats can play way better than they did for Need Boost. And I think they're kind of like going through that reset. They're like, hey, we lost the last one, but we're not out of this yet. And we can do this. I think it's going to be really, really close, though. I think OTC is probably going to take 2 or 3 games. But I think Mysticats is going to take it in the long run.
Yeah, I definitely see the same basic outcome coming out. Very close fight. And hopefully Mysticats has their, energy and stamina up for it.
Definitely. And it seems like if we look at our chat votes, they're against us for the most part. We have a 60% at OTC and a 40% for Mysticats, which, is understandable considering how they played the rest of the day. OTC has been on fire for most of this time. But I'm still going to stick with my prediction for Mysticats. I think they can do it. And I think with that, we are going to get the room all set up here. I think mainly we need to look out for Popster and honestly Colonel Mustard, because I think he's like the main striker for Mysticats. I think it's only going to be about how Random can set those up and how Nova does in his kind of last man back position. They've been adopting that strategy since like earlier in season 1, and it's worked out for them thus far. Like Random and Colonel Mustard do really well together, but we'll just have to see. Also, Liger Zero has been popping off today.
Yes.
He's been doing so well throughout these different games. So I'm sorry. I'm actually going to be watching out for him less than Popster because we know Popster can do what Popster does. He's like Dandelion from first season. You know, we have a bunch of people like that in this season. Like they can do. We know that they can do what they do, and it's all about the teammates. And I think Liger Zero is really going to come through. And it's going to be a tough battle.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. All right, so we're going to be getting in here. Seems like everybody is ready. And here we go. We're going into as soon as they may join. Somebody please. I think we were waiting on Dizanot just a little bit.
Yeah. Looks like
he is on console, so it takes him a little bit longer to join in. He's got to connect and he's got to load and PC Master Race and all that jazz. We're just getting here. Who are you going to be looking out for, Ginger, as we play?
Like you said, Liger Zero is someone to be watching out for. I noticed him stepping up a lot during the match with SDG and OTC. And hopefully we get to see some really great random and mustard combos. So.
And someone has left that makes me think that something is wrong. Yeah, I definitely agree, though. I'm really looking out for those two. Honestly, I would love to see some awesome team plays between Dissonant and Liger Zero, with Popster kind of playing the support. I think that would be really, really cool. Just kind of waiting to see what's going on here.
And there's Liger back.
All right, we got everyone here. Everyone should be joining teams, and we are off.
Yeah.
Best of 7, second to last game of season 2, right here. It's a best of 7, and here we go. We are off. Random taking immediate control of this, trying to get it past Liger, almost getting it past Popster. May have popped it up. Oh, Popster just barely getting that save. Colonel Mustard putting on some extra pressure with Nova coming in, not quite getting it past Liger Zero. Coming in with a 50. Colonel Mustard putting it up in the middle. Random with another pass. Unfortunately, Colonel Mustard is out of boost, so he cannot continue that play at all. Nova still moving up, moving the ball up. Liger Zero taking it down. Randomize. Kind of circling around in the net. Also trying to send in this ball. All 3 members of Mysticats, though, saying, no, nuh-uh, this is my ball. Random trying to go off the ceiling. Unfortunately, doesn't get the best bounce off the wall there. Liger Zero trying to send it down. Not quite making contact. Random trying to get a pass right back to Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard turns off to do his own thing. Randomize off the backboard. Getting the demo on Dissonant. Colonel Mustard trying to put the shot on, blocked by Liger Zero. Liger trying to make a play happen here. Random able to cut that off before Popster can make contact. Turns back. Colonel Mustard taking off of Dissonant's hit. Liger Zero keeping it in the corner. Random trying to get a pass off the center, does not make contact. Noah putting on a shot, crossbar down. Wow, what a shot there. We're still pretty early in the game, but what are you seeing so far, Ginger?
It's just a mishap on, and not probably seeing a shot coming out from Nola there. It was just perfectly placed, hitting crossbar.
Yeah. And when you have players like this that are kind of tiered in a way where we have really mechanically strong people and a few newer players, it gets easy to kind of see the newer players coming after the ball and say like, oh, we don't have to worry about that as much. You kind of put your guard down there. Although that was a really hard shot to save either way. The crossbar down doesn't then try, but he just couldn't get high enough. I mean, Brandon trying to make a play happen here. Popster sending it back down. Colonel Mustard though trying to make contact, not quite. Nova being able to make that clear, almost putting another shot on, but isn't that. Colonel Mustard trying to make a play happen here, sending it up onto the ceiling. And Popster clearing it back down to Nova in the corner. Nobody is back in net. Colonel's trying to make it there. Trying to keep control, but he has no boost. Nova's kind of rotating around Random here. Random's also low on boost, trying to get it past Popster. Popster manages to almost put a shot on net, actually. Nova being able to clear that down. Unable to keep control, though. Faking out Popster a little bit. Getting a little bit of a dunk, Colonel Mustard on Liger Zero. Not quite centering the ball, though. Random trying to make contact with the ball towards their net. Yeah, Popster sending it down right towards Random. See if he can do anything with this. teeing it up for Colonel Mustard. Not the best hit, though. Goes right towards Popster. As he tries to get it back into center, Liger Zero might put a shot in. Colonel Mustard, though, ready to make that clear. Gonna pass it up to Random. He's gonna try to pass it back. Not able to get far enough ahead of the ball, unfortunately. Popster sending it up, trying to go off the ceiling. Manages to do it, but there's no other players ready to take the ball there. Random trying to get the dunk on Dissonant. Almost makes it. Colonel Mustard might put a shot in. It hits the crossbar. Nova comes in. Nolan's beard, ready to make that follow-up. Excellent dunk by Random. Good boom by Colonel Mustard, and a really good read from Nova.
Yeah, that was just a solid follow-up. Rotations on the offense, just keep hammering into that net.
Absolutely. And here we are, 2-0 with 2 minutes left. OTC really need to make some plays happen here. A two-goal deficit is when you can start feeling a little bit nervous, especially when you got less than half the game left. Yeah, Popster trying to go for a pinch there. Keeping nice control under the ball. Not very much boost, though. Manages to make it center, though, but not well enough for any of his teammates to make a play happen. Colonel Mustard's trying to go for a 1v1. Gets it over Dissonant, but Liger Zero is there for the clear. Colonel Mustard chills, trying to make something happen with this. Nova with a slow little aerial there. Trying to just keep control. Dissonant back into the corner. Random getting a little bit too far ahead of that ball. And Colonel Mustard coming down. Liger Zero going to try to make it clear. Colonel went for the block there, but Liger didn't actually make contact. We have a bit of scrambling going on in the corner here. OTC trying to get the ball outside of their half. Randomized getting a good dunk off of Dissonant, off of Liger Zero, sorry. And a not so good pinch going right past Colonel Mustard. With a 1v1, Popster and Nova. Colonel Mustard getting it past Popster. The corner hit. Nova managed to make contact just enough to screw up OTC. We have a 1v1. Nova has no boost, unable to get it past any of the players. We have Randomized back all by himself, kind of hesitating on whether or not he should come out of net, and that's a goal.
Yeah, that slight hesitation gave Popster just enough time from the pass from Biz just to make it nice and easy. Nolan, if he was just 1 or 2 seconds there sooner, would have been probably an easier block.
Yeah, definitely. And it was a bit of an awkward position for Randomized there. Colonel Mustard had just whiffed on their back wall, so he was stuck over there. Nova was still recovering, so it was a rough position to be in for Mysticats. Still with the lead, 20 seconds left. OTC can still come back for this. It's anyone's game. We have Nova trying to come up on the wall, not managing to make contact. Liger Zero looked like he was going to go for the block, unable to do so as well. Popster sending it down off the wall. He knows he needs to make a play happen right now. Colonel Mustard just trying to stall it. We are down to the last few seconds, and Nova manages to make it clear. Game 1 goes to Mysticats. All right, what did you think, Ginger?
Well, as you can see, Mysticats already had a total of 7 shots against 2, and that's just they had so much offensive aggression against OTC that they just didn't have a chance to put on the offensive pressure. They managed to sneak in 1 goal, but they just didn't have enough opportunities to try.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And it seems like we're leaving the match to restart the server, apparently. Might have been having some lag issues. But yeah, I definitely think that Mysticats put on really good pressure. They played very fast. And it's a different opponent than Need Boost.
Mm-hmm.
Need Boost is looking scarier and scarier as we go, especially seeing Mysticats get swept against Need Boost and then to come back for a 2-1 lead, just outpacing. I think that's what it came down to, is just pacing for OTC and Mysticats.
Oh yeah. And if Mysticats manage to pull through all this, they're gonna have to go up against Need Boost again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rematch.
And like I said, their stamina right now, it could be getting pretty low. They can be getting, slightly irritated and whatnot. It's just, it's a lot of Rocket League we got going on this weekend.
Yeah, it'll definitely depend on how these next few games work, because, like winning your first game in a best of 7, you got at least 4 more games to play that you gotta prepare for and be ready for. And for those of you who haven't really competed, it's a little bit different than ranked as well, because in ranked, you play a game and then you're on to the next, and you're on to the next, you're on to the next. You're not really playing with an end goal in mind. Maybe rank, like reaching a specific rank, but at the same time, you're not. It's not a bracket. You're not fighting against elimination or something like that. And so it's a totally different ball game here. And we are going in to game 2. Let's see how Mysticats can recover from the first win. I guess that's a weird way to word it. Here we go. Maybe the game will start in any second here. Here we go. All right, game 2. Once again, this is the second to last series before the Brand Championships, everybody. All right, Popster already trying to bring it down the field. Nova trying to control it. Popster cuts him off. Colonel Mustard putting a shot on that open net. Liger Zero just not ready for that pop. We see kind of an unfortunate touch from Popster here, and Liger was not able to follow that up before Colonel Mustard was able to put the shot on.
Yeah, Mustard just saw a great opportunity from that hit and just took full advantage of it.
Definitely very good awareness. He saw that pop, he saw like how unready the rest of his team was, and he was like, all right, this is mine. Okay, Colonel Mustard sending it down with a nice little pinch, getting it over Popster. Random trying to make something happen here, sending it down to Colonel Mustard. Oh, and Liger Zero getting the demo and randomized, making sure that they have enough space to bring it back. Nova managing to get it right past Popster. He's going to try to make something else happen here. Almost putting a shot and bumping Random out of the way, and it's still going to go in! What just happened? That bump from Nova accidentally falling on top of Random, but no one was able to make the save before Random recovered. That was clip worthy right there.
Yeah.
All right. And we are 2-0 in less than a minute into this game. Randomized trying to make something happen, putting it into their corner. Nova not able to make it past Popster. Colonel Mustard, a little bit of a whiff right there, and Random was not ready for that. He saw a little bit of panic in his eyes. Colonel Mustard trying to make something happen. Dissonant just kind of backing up, trying to be a part of the play. We have Nova going to try to set something up here. Going up the corner, unable to make any contact with the ball. Trying to rotate back. Colonel Mustard kind of being patient and waiting for it, which is understandably. Popster trying to make a play happen here. Colonel Mustard waiting in net, waiting for that play. No one is able to make contact, but also no one on OTC is ready for that pass. We have Dissonant with no boost, trying to make something happen, rotating back. Popster coming down. We have Nova trying to get back. Randomized able to make that clear before a shot is put on by Popster. Colonel Mustard trying to keep control of the ball. Dissonant, Kamikaze though, managed to cut him off. Liger getting it under Nova. Colonel Mustard taking it up the wall. Trying to do something here. Liger's not sure what to do with it. Popster coming in to cut him off. Random was unable to make contact with that. Popster with a very good pass right to Dissonant, but Nova was able to cut that off. A lot more defensive play. No one is following up our clears on Mysticats right now. We're just like corner to in front of the net, corner to in front of the net. That's a very dangerous and a very scary place to be in for Mysticats. Random finally getting a nice little boomer of a clear. Random with no boost, trying to make something happen here. Nova getting bumped by Dissonant before he can make any contact with the ball. Liger with not the best touch there. Popster going to try to make something happen here, slowing the game down, flicking over both Random and Colonel Mustard, and Nova panicking a little bit, not sure what to do. Liger just gets it right over him. Great flip by Popster. Maybe a risky second touch there, but Liger was definitely ready for it. Nova was not.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the double commit with Random and Colonel might have threw Nola way off, having both Liger and Popster sitting both there on him on net.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and we are just over halfway done with this game. We are at a 2-1 with Mysticats taking the lead. All right. Liger Zero trying to go for the ball. A little bit too low. Random sending it down to Popster, though. Colonel Mustard trying to make something happen. A nice pinch between Random and Colonel Mustard. Nova was not ready on the other side of the field, though. Randomized trying to put the ball center. His teammates are a little bit too far back. Unless they do that, Colonel Mustard almost putting a shot on. Popster opting for a 50-50 to get it clear to the corner. Random confused about whether or not he should go back. Kind of a risky move. Popster, though, cutting off Dissonant. and making sure that it just goes right to the wall and nothing else happens. Buster trying to go for some sort of an aerial pass or a shot, unable to make contact. Nova with a nice block on that dribble. And all of Mysticats just kind of leaving the ball and opting to head back to defense.
Well, yeah, right now they have a lead. They can sit comfortably back if they wanted to and just play really defensive. Though, of course, having that 2 lead cushion would be extremely nice right about now.
Yeah, like having a 1-point lead is nice, but it's so much more comfortable if you can get that second point. Nova trying to make the save. Random unable to make the save. The shot from Popster was just a little bit too powerful. Just like that, we are tied with 1 minute left. So what do you see in Ginger so far from both sides? What do you think is going on in their heads?
Honestly, there's a lot of back and forth going on, just like the first time, the first round that they went up against each other. I would think that a lot more bumps and a lot more demos would be very advantageous for both sides to clear out these goalies and whatnot. Because right now it's a lot of ping pong going on.
Yeah, decent aerial touch from Randomize there. Unfortunately, goes right towards Popster, is able to send back. Not the best 50-50 for him though, as Nova comes in and tackles him. Good Lager trying to make a play happen. Unlucky bounce off the corner there. Popster's still gonna put the shot in. What an angle! You had this hit from Liger that just barely bounces up. Colonel has no idea what to do with this, and Popster just dunks it right down into the net. What a shot! All right, and OTC now has the lead. We've got 24 seconds left on the clock. Mysticats, suddenly they're not feeling so comfortable.
Yeah, especially sitting with the 15 seconds.
Ooh.
OTC almost making a nice cushion for themselves with 2 points, and
Oh, you can see Nova just frozen there in the net as Random trying to fly over him. Oh, they really needed some sort of a pinch clear right there. This could be it though. This is a decent loft. Oh, Colonel Mustard not giving the best touch on that though, and the winner is OTC. Game 2. All right, we're already seeing some more back and forth, trading games around.
Yeah, as you can see, Mysticats didn't have as many shots that time. And then on the other hand, OTC's got, an assist for each goal. Lots of passing plays occurring, which is fantastic to be seeing. It looks like a lot of passes coming off of the corners and whatnot.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think the amount of pressure from both sides is really similar, I think. I just think we're putting less shots on net. I mean, there's no saves. There's been no need for saves. Any shot that's been taken that went in the net, any shot that hit the back of the net, it hit the back of the net. And it's just because there were defensive mishaps, mistakes in rotations and mechanical errors. It was just things like that. And I think that if we want to, if either of these teams want to really pull through, they need to up their defense, but also up their shot accuracy, up their passing. We definitely need to see a lot more shots that are actually on target. All right, just like that, we are in Game 3 of a best of 7. Each team with 1 win under their belt.
Yeah, definitely starting to have a feeling that we're going to be seeing all 7 games tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be killer on my voice, but that's fine. All right, Pops are already trying to make a play. Nova running right into the wall there. That was a little bit unfortunate. Oh, and Random. Oh, no, we've got some major ping issues here. I'm seeing Nova at almost 1,000 ping.
Ooh.
Okay, well, Nova's all by himself. I'm assuming that we're resetting this match because of server difficulties. Yeah, because of the server, we're cutting it off right now. There were server issues. People's pings were off the charts, and we don't want some of these last.
He's still sitting in there at 984.
So we're gonna reset that server real quick. That's just a big old thank you to Psyonix real quick. All right, so we're gonna set this up again. I believe everyone is in the same lobby, so everyone should join relatively quickly.
let's hope for a solid server. Hopefully, maybe. Question.
Yeah. Or hope that nobody is not sitting at 1,000 ping. Hope that none of the players are sitting at 1,000 ping.
Because I was staying in there. He was still sitting there. So, but it looked like he rejoined and whatnot.
Yeah, it looks like he restarted his game as well. So, yeah, I think it's already like an extremely close series. But I definitely think that there are a few mechanical errors and a few rotational errors that are definitely sealing the deal for either side. And I think if either side can just turn on their monitors essentially and just like start putting shots on net, then I think it's going to go to whoever manages to do that.
Yeah, it's been pretty balanced, and I still honestly believe that the little small extra stuff of a bump here, a boost steal here, etc., is something that's going to change the balance between the two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we are joining our game here. I think most everybody is in. We're just waiting on Dissonant. A little fun fact about Dissonant is I'm not sure where the first part of the name comes from, but it's a play on dissonance, which is a musical term. That always makes things sound super cool. All right, so everybody is in. We're getting back into this. Little bit of a reset on game 3. All right, we are off. Kickoff is going to go into the favor of OTC. Pops are taking it up in there. Going to go for a little bit of a play there. Colonel Mustard meeting him up there for a 50-50. Dissonant's going to take control now. Try to send it back. Nova back in the endo. Going to try to make some things happen here. And Colonel Mustard back in a 1v1 against Liger. Able to cut that off. Pops are coming back with a pinch right into the net. Oh my. That's just unlucky for Mysticats and extremely fortunate for OTC. What a 50-50.
Oh. Yeah, I got nothing to say on that one. That just...
That's just 100% calculated. Popster is the best player on the planet. He can just read those perfectly. No. Mysticats is in a goal deficit. For the first time before the 1 minute mark. OTC was able to come back that one game right at the end there. And here we have Mysticats starting off the game with a goal deficit. And it's just making up for that one goal that they had in the last game. And there's another one just for good measure. Popster with an excellent shot right there. Not the best clear from Nova, but it wasn't terrible. And Popster just got a really good angle on that shot there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and before the 1 minute mark, Mysticats are down 2 points. Already we're seeing this one to be a little bit of a rough one there. Popster trying to put another shot on net. Nova with the block. Popster keeping it on this side, keeping the pressure up. Nova again with a clear. Isn't it trying to keep control here? Liger 0 coming up on the wall. Nova whiffing the ball. Oh, Liger went for a pass there, but he had stopped his car. He had no forward momentum. Like Random's going to take this up the corner, trying to get a pass going. Gets it past Popster, and in front of the net, and Colonel Mustard gets the shot. Excellent pass by Randomize there.
I think this second touch right there just pushed it far enough over. Leave it nice and open for that top left portion for Colonel Mustard. Just pop it right in the back of the net.
I definitely agree. Very nice carry by Randomize in the corner there. All right, and this next stuff, Colonel Mustard is going to take all the way to the back wall. Go looking for a double touch, not quite making it. Randomize is going to look for the shot as well, though, isn't it? With the clear. Nova pushing it up in the corner. Popster catching the ball, sending it right back into the corner. Not the best control. Nova sending it right back towards the net, but no one on Mysticats on that side of the field, ready for that kind of shot. Randomize missing the open net, sending it right to the side at Liger 0. Popster and Random having a little bit of a moment there. Colonel Mustard managing to make it clear. He's going to take it all the way back down. Looking for a bounce on that crossbar, not quite making it. Liger 0 with an easy clear off the wall. Yeah, Popster with a nice little pinch going way up there. Random's going to try to make something happen here. Popster with almost not enough boost to get the second touch, but he didn't need it.
Man, I thought that was going to be a little higher and actually hit the crossbar, but nice and steady but slow at 24 miles per hour. Just drifts it right on in.
Yeah, you could tell he was getting ready for the crossbar touch too. I think he thought it as well. But he just ran out of boost, so he wasn't able to get quite high enough. But you know what? It went in anyway. We're back at a 2-goal deficit for the Mysticats. Nova, oh no. It's a little bit better control on there. Isn't it trying to send it back down? Nova, dangerous rotation there, almost smacking the ball right back to the center. Randomite is going to take it back down though with a 50-50 from Liger 0. That's going to be a great center for Nova, not quite able to put the shot on. And it looks like he's going to try to catch this, sending it over to the side. Opening for a 50-50 with Popster does not go in his favor at all. Popster going to go for a center there, a little bit too high. Randomite is able to take control back. Going to try to get it over to Colonel Mustard. Manages to bring it to the other side. Not the best follow-up on that touch though. Kind of leaving it in the corner. We have 2 members of Mysticats stuck in the other team's corner with Random alone in net. Random in a nice clear. Getting it past Popster. Nova getting it over Popster once again. This Popster's trying to chase the ball back. Colonel Mustard trying to send it down. Nova almost with the shot. Sends it right back down to the other side. Luckily, it is not on Colonel Mustard getting the pinch, trying to clear it down. Popster, though, getting the dunk on Colonel Mustard. Nova trying to maintain control of the ball. But what a pinch by Popster, sending it right back in front of the goal. Unfortunately, only Mysticats is at their net at this point. And Popster sending it right back down. We're seeing a lot of ping pong, and it doesn't seem like Mysticats has any form of midfield offense or defense. You know, as soon as OTC has any control of the ball, it's all the way back to Mysticats net. And this thing is just bound to happen. You know, it isn't coming in. There was an open net. There's a defensive rotation error, and that's just how it works. We're trying to beat Popster on the wall here. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to mention that Mysticats were looking a little not themselves right now through this game. It might be endurance, stamina, or just from that disconnect, like that, awkward moment that occurred.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I've noticed that Mysticats seem to be a very momentum-based team, and it's a momentum-based game. But at the same time, like when they lose the lead or when they get scored on, it like takes Mysticats a second to kind of reset themselves and like get back into the mentality that they need to be in. But like when they're losing like this, it seems like they just plummet farther and farther away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nova trying to make something happen here. Double commit with Colonel Mustard. It might still go in. Popster with the save. We have Nova trying to keep control over here, trying to keep it on OTC's side, isn't it? Trying to get the clear. Colonel Mustard cutting that off right away. Trying to get the second touch there. Popster able to cut it off and random off the wall. And it's looking like this game is going to go to OTC. Colonel Mustard with one final attempt, maybe at an own goal. Randomized with a nice block, and that is game. All right, game 3 goes to OTC. They are 2-1 in the series with Mysticats falling behind them. And there goes the ping pong. There's no more back and forth there. OTC is on track to get a sweep. They still need 2 more wins, though. They've got 2 wins, and it's a best of 7. I don't know. What are you seeing, Ginger?
Like you said, Mysticats is a very momentum-based team, so they really need to strike early and build up that energy for themselves to be able to actually do something. Those 2 early goals for OTC just shut down Mysticats, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Mysticats was able to get 1 goal, but they never actually secured any kind of a lead or even a tie. And if you look like OTC, they started putting shots on net, and Mysticats couldn't really do anything about that. I mean, we've got 2 saves on Mysticats, but only 2 shots. When you've only got 2 shots in a game, you're not going to win against a team that's already got a 2-goal lead against you. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, math.
Well, except for those rare occasions where you get a goal and it's not even a shot for yourself. But
right, of course.
Aside those.
All right, we are going into game 4. Randomized, going over the cheat up. Popster, though, able to follow it up, looking for a double touch. Wow, going straight down in front of the net though. It's an incredibly hard read, but Liger Zero is going to put it in anyway. Already, this is looking rough for Mysticats because we know that if they're falling behind, it's hard for them to get back.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful follow-up by Liger right there. Grab some boost, saw a ball dropping right in front of the net. Let's go.
Absolutely. Right in the top shelf as well. That's extremely hard to save. All right, looks like Colonel Mustard is going to get early control over here over Popster. Mustard's going to try to put a shot on Liger Zero, managing to block it. Randomized, though, getting the angle to put the shot in. And opposite of what a commentator says, as usual, we are tied up for Mysticats. All right, 2 goals in about 15 seconds. Looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game unless these two can kind of reel it in. Although they're both kickoff goals. Kickoff goals are very common in this game. All right, Colonel Mustard trying to get it out of the corner here. Popping it up from Nova. Not able to get the best touch here. Random not able to get a touch off the wall either. Liger putting a shot in. Colonel Mustard able to cut it off. Mustard's coming back, trying to get a pinch. Popster with no boost. Just trying to get back. Liger Zero kind of taking Popster's boost right there. Not really able to do much. Centering it for randomized. That was, I'm going to say that was a misplay on OTC. Liger taking the boost from Popster there. And then not the best touch right there. Probably should have left it for Dissonant or Popster there.
And I feel like he was probably thinking it was going to hit the front and just boom across the field, and ended up just gliding to the center.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, and Mysticats with the lead now. They're in a good position. Colonel Mustard putting another shot in. Wow. We are not even a minute into this game. We have a 2-goal deficit, 3-1. I mean, that's just, I think this is OTC. Their defensive rotations and their defensive plays kind of, it's faltering a little bit. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, and it's also giving Mysticats the momentum that they need. Now they have a 2-point lead, and we'll probably see some more coming out with this lead.
Yeah, definitely. And I totally agree. Like, their momentum is up right now. They just scored 3 goals in, like, what, 30 seconds? It was pretty quick.
Yeah. And we're not even, we just passed 2 minutes in game.
Right, exactly. Randomized trying to set this down. Colonel Mustard not quite able to recover fast enough to make it into it. 1v1 with random, going for a fake or a missed dribble or something like that. Regardless, doesn't work. OTC able to send that back down. Nova looks like he's going to go for an aerial here. Oh, feels back foot, man. Not quite able to do it. Colonel Mustard is going to try to get the center. Random's going to put it in. I can't tell if it, like, Mysticats just kind of turned it on. I mean, we're 4 for 4 for shots for Mysticats. And we got 2 shots from OTC, but no saves, so none of them were actually on net.
Yeah, and every single one of Mysticats' goals are assisted. You're seeing that good old random Colonel Mustard combo. And there goes Popster.
Whenever we start talking about anything, the players will always turn it around. And that's just how this game works. Nice kickoff goal, nice redirect. Random's calling hacks. We still got a 2-goal deficit. This is a very high-scoring game so far.
Yeah, especially with 3 minutes sitting on the timer. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Colonel Mustard trying to get a pass, managed to get it over Dissonant, but not Liger Zero, who's now going to try to take it down, passing it off the wall to Popster. He's going to send it to the backboard, but no one's ready to really follow it up. Liger Zero just keeping possession. Nova not entirely sure what he's trying to do there. Passes it down to Colonel. And Dissonant manages to win it way over Colonel Mustard there. Nova's going to try to follow this down. Popster's going to send it to the wall, knowing they can get a decent clear from the backboard like that. Colonel Mustard, though, able to redirect that. Liger Zero, though, managing to get the save. Randomize. Trying to send it back, isn't it? Not the best touch. Colonel Mustard sending it to the corner. Popster sending it down. Popster seems to be kind of like booming it and hoping for the best at this point. Not really trusting in his team to make plays. Just kind of like throwing it at the net. We have a good backboard clear from Popster. He's going to follow this down, send it right behind him. Oh, not quite able to make the shot. Just a little bit too far up. Colonel Mustard's going to try to make something happen here. No, Nova. Apologies. Oh, Colonel Mustard would have pinched. They would have deserved that goal from that one in the other game. Alright, Randomize. Looks like he's going to try to make something happen to the midfield here. And you know what? I'm seeing the midfield defense that we talked about, the midfield play from Mysticats. You know, they're actually being aggressive and preventing it from hitting their side for too long. Option though, moving it from almost from the ceiling there. I'm not sure why he did that. Taking the shot away from his teammate. It looks like Popster still trying to make something happen with this ball. Random Colonel Mustard. Kind of a miscommunication there. Kind of a misplay, but ended up working out. Nova's trying to send this back down the field. Lakers are able to cut that out. We are a minute remaining in this game. Oh, Dissonant almost putting it in for Mysticats. Able to get the save though. But we are still looking at 4-2, a 2-goal deficit for OTC. They need to make some plays happen now. This could be it. Popster sending it to the backboard. No one really there to follow it up. Nova getting it up off the wall. Following it down, Popster able to cut it off. It's up in the net. Oh, but he backflipped off the wall. Colonel Mustard not quite able to put the shot on net. Randomize trying to make something happen. Dissonant cutting it off, trying to keep control. Mysticats all rotated back. Colonel Mustard trying to make something happen here. Luckily, Nova was the person there. That would have been, remember, that'd have been a rough little patch right there. All right, we are down to our last 10 seconds. And it looks like this game is going to be going to Mysticats unless Popster can do something. We see some panic on OTC. And just like that, Mysticats takes game 4, sorry.
Back and forth.
Absolutely, it's 2-2 now. And I think this game came down to midfield play. I think Mysticats switched it back on. They definitely played a lot more in the midfield, a lot more defense there. But also, they put a bunch of pressure on. I mean, they had 7 shots that game, whereas OTC only had 3. It's an immense amount of pressure.
Yeah, their momentum built up, and like you said, they had 7 shots and no saves. They really didn't need to save, except for 2 of them that got in. But other than that, there was only 3 shots that they had to worry about.
Yeah, and OTC's only goals were just kickoff goals. Popster got a lucky bounce on one of them, and then super early in the game there was another kickoff goal that happened. But right now, Mysticats are looking, they're sitting sitting quite pretty, sure, we'll go with that wording. They're pretty comfortable right now. They've got their momentum heading in. And as we go into game 5, it's a first to 4. So right now they're 2-2. They're tied up. It's anyone's game right now.
Hopefully they can just transfer that energy over to the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and we are going into game 5. I just want to remind everybody this is the second last series in the entire season. Up next, we have the Grand Championship, and both of these teams are fighting to have that spot against Lead Boost. Hops are taking control of the ball, slowing it down just a little bit. Unable to really do anything much with it. Not having much control. Apparently, Nova is at almost 1,000 ping once again.
Yeah.
So we're going to be restarting the server.
These servers do not like him.
His ping seemed to. I don't remember checking it, but his ping seemed to be fine that last game. So
yeah, I don't.
His computer just doesn't like the same server. It's like I would like a new one. Please and thank you. Okay, but yeah, I think it's anyone's game right now. It comes down to, I think it's momentum. If OTC can shut down the momentum of Mysticats, then I think they'll be in a really good spot. But they need to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, the best way they can do that is get an early goal, whether it's a kickoff goal or just within that first minute, and whatnot.
Absolutely,
and maybe solidify a second one as well, like they did in the third game, where Mysticats just fell apart. Absolutely,
and honestly, like that's exactly it. If these guys can get 2 early goals, like a 2-goal deficit, the game is theirs. I wholly believe that. All right, we have Game 5 once again. Coming in, Random trying to keep control of this. Dissonant opting for a 50-50. Oh, and Randomize getting the bump on Liger and Popster. Colonel trying to make something good happen out of that opportunity. A little bit too slow, however. Popster trying to get something off the air. Random trying to do something off there. Colonel Mustard with the save. Random again with trying to get the clear, trying to take this down. 1v1 against Dissonant. Popster able to get the save though. Random getting the demo on Liger so that Colonel Mustard can follow it up. What a play.
And we've lost Nolan again.
Okay. Wonder if Nova's ping was still having issues there. Alright. So there's no reset. I think Nova will be joining back in just a second here. And this is the call of Mysticats. They're saying no reset, and it is their call at this point. They had the lead.
Just need to hold off for now. Wait for him to get back in here.
Alright, Random trying to make a play happen here. Fortunately, like, they're at a striking disadvantage. I'll give you 3 guesses on why. But they're gonna need to widen their rotations quite a bit because now they're on 2's rotations.
Yes, and those are quite different.
Yeah, we're seeing
that.
some problems with that right here. Liger putting a shot on a pretty much open net. Random unable to get back fast enough. All right. Well, let's hope this doesn't ruin the momentum of Mysticats. You know, they kind of had like a halt here. But you know what? They could still do this. It's definitely hard with one teammate down. Pinch from Popster and Liger Zero sending it all the way down. Or Dissonant, sorry. Liger's going to try to control this here. Colonel Mustard going to cut him off. Sending it up the wall for Popster. Jumping a little bit too early off of that wall there. Random was expecting him to hit the ball as well. Colonel Mustard, we see him trying to make something happen off the bounce here. Putting a shot on net, but unfortunately all 3 members of OTC are back. And then Popster getting it right by Randomize. So, I mean, it's obviously tough with 2 players, but what do you think is happening here?
Well, the main issue, like, yeah, it's 2 players, but you, like you said, you have to switch your mentality completely. Like me and Danny, it took us a good solid game versus Need Boost doing a 2v3 to try to end up figuring out how we were going to handle it. So hopefully Random and Colonel Mustard can figure it out a little bit quicker.
Yeah. And you know, we've got our dynamic duo here. Colonel Mustard and Randomize. Colonel almost putting a shot in right there. Random unable to finish. But I definitely think that this is doable for them. They're a very good combo together. See Random taking the ball up into the wall, trying to do something like this. Comes a little bit too far off the wall for him. Colonel Mustard a little bit panicked here, not in a very good spot. But no one on OTC actually ready for the shot. So Colonel Mustard trying to do his best here. Randomize sitting in net. Luckily, isn't it? Sending it right across the ground there. So it seems like he's going to try to do something here with these 2 low on boost, letting Random and Colonel Mustard take control of the ball. Getting the save though. Randomize unable to make a second touch. Random's on his way back. You know, the boost that he needs, isn't it? Putting a shot on right behind Randomize. Oh, that's a hard position to be in. Definitely a very good shot from Dissonant though. Dissonant. Alright, and it seems that we're not actually getting Nova back, so Colonel and Random Mysticats have opted to play this game as a 2s. Nova is having some technical difficulties. Ooh. Oh, Colonel Mustard almost getting the save there. You know, it's rough. It's rough to watch because if Nova had been in the game, they probably would have saved that.
Yeah, trying to do a spider save is just, especially when it was that low, it's just a hard timing.
Right, exactly.
Especially with 2 people.
Right.
Okay.
Colonel Mustard taking advantage of that open net there. Oh, just getting it right over Popster. A little bit of a mishap. Again, randomized just saying, nope, not touching it. Sorry. Alright. So I really hope that we don't get a kickoff where it's like one player on OTC on the diagonal and no one there for Random and Colonel Mustard from Mysticats. But we have another kickoff goal there. A little bit unfortunate. It's a little bit risky for Random to be going for boost in this case. Normally in twos, there's really not a problem with it, but when you're going against 3 players, that's 2 players, it's a little bit more riskier of a decision, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you don't just have to have a twos mentality, but you have to be having a twos mentality facing a threes mentality. And it gets really strange.
Yeah, as you can see, I think they're having a little bit of a hard time adapting to this, especially when Popster's showing no mercy whatsoever. And we are 6-2 with a minute and a half left. I don't see Mysticats coming back from this. This is going to be a hard one.
Yeah. Especially with 1 minute 28 seconds. 4 goal deficit and
Down a
player
player.
deficit. It's rough, but you know, they're gonna try and they're gonna fight for it. Because you know, who knows? OTC could end up getting a little slack.
Yeah, they could get really like if I'm OTC right now, I'm pretty comfortable. There's 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
And they're just kind of cruising with it right now. Oh my god, camera angle did not help me commentate that at all. But Pops are almost getting the double tap off the wall there. Random trying to get back in time, but there's just too many players on the offensive play for OTC. All right, with 47 seconds left. Honestly, I'd be just draining the clock right now.
Yeah, just do some keep away. Don't let the ball go in the net.
Right.
Run down the timer. Especially with a 5-point lead.
Like you're 0 with 2 backflips in a row trying to go for those shots. Oh, you hate to see it happen. Feels bad, man. Like you're 0 sending it back. Pass back over to Dissonant, over Popster. Seems like they might be just having a little bit of fun here. Popster taking the ball, Random cutting him off. Looks like he's got no boost for any kind of a play here, but the shot is still on net. Colonel being forced to make that save. Colonel trying to make one last play happen here in the last 5 seconds. Unable to happen though. Popster sending it down. Is he gonna go for one more? He is, but he's gonna miss. And the winner is, relatively unsurprisingly, OTC.
Though, given Mysticats, they did quite well. 7 shots, 5 saves, 2 assisted goals. I mean, for being down a player, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Of course, when you look at OTC and they've got, what is that, 15 shots?
15 shots, 5 saves, 3 assists, and 7 goals.
It's a little bit rough. But I mean, they're down a player. What can you do?
Yeah.
We are, however, going to take a timeout. After that game, we're going to see if we can get Nova's computer back working. And I'm not sure if we're going to be taking a full break or if we're just going to see what we can do about Nova. It's unfortunate, too, because it was looking really good for the Cats there. But unfortunately, they're falling victim to some technical difficulties. Wait just a second. I'm going to get some information here. So, assuming that we get Nova back, do you think that Mysticats will be able to come back from like this major hiccup in their team composition?
It's definitely a hard thing to come back to. It depends. Is Nola going to be able to come back or not? Like, is his ping still going to be sitting at the 900s? It's quite a crazy thing to have to be dealing with, and doing a 2v3 is just, it's It's not fun.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it seems like Mysticats is looking for a sub for a teammate, if I'm gathering this right. I think it would be best if we did like a 5-minute break real quick. But I also don't know the rules exactly for this kind of situation.
I mean, we ended up having a sub in for our third game against Need Boost. Came
Did
in
you?
and filled in for us. Yeah. It was
All right.
actually Schooler's brother, so we'll see if anyone might be available to fill in. And we can hope to see if they mesh well together and can play well together, or it just continues to fall apart, sort of thing, like what happened to STG versus Need Boost.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so apparently Nova is coming back. I'm like getting updates from Rana as we go here. I definitely think that it's very hard with how momentum-based Mysticats is. I think that they can do it, but I think they're going to need an early lead. I think that if OTC can get an early lead on them, like 2 or 3 goals, then I think it's all over for Mysticats for the series. Because that was game 5. That means OTC has 5 games. No, 3 games. Sorry, and they only need 4. So this last game is gonna count it for Mysticats. All right, apparently we have Nova back in here. Everyone's joined, and we're going to a game 6
for good ping.
fingers crossed. Seems like Nova's doing all right. I'll be kind of keeping an eye as we go. He's sitting at a comfortable 20 right now, so. All right, game 6. Both of these teams fighting for their spot in the Grand Championship round against Need Boost. Mysticats with a 1-game deficit on Need Boost, or on OTC, sorry.
And OTC is at match point, so with the 3 wins.
So Colonel Mustard with a bit of a card change here is going to look now. Random trying to make a play happen here. Not the best touch, just sending it right into Desinet. We have an open net for Desinet to just kind of walk it right in. I don't know, what do you think happened here?
It looks like Nolan just was a little too far up. And Diz just had a really nice big push on that ball and just went speeding right past him as the last defender.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Quick update, Nova is still sitting at 20 ping, so I think we are okay with him. But the Mysticats, they need to score pretty soon here. If what we keep rambling about their momentum, if it's true, then they really need to score really soon here. It looks like this might be the opportunity. No one really able to finish. Props are getting it right out of there. Colonel Mustard, though, keeping it on their side, trying to make something happen. Random bouncing it off the corner. Isn't it not the best touch there? Nova almost making it in, isn't it, with another breakaway. This time Colonel Mustard is back and ready for it. Managing to get the clear. Popster, though, ready for that read. Looks like he might be able to put it in. Nova being able. It's amazing how much a third teammate does. Alright, Random taking control over here. Not really being able to do all that much, isn't it? Putting it in the corner. Colonel Mustard bouncing it off the corner to center. Popster able to get the second touch there. Not much going on otherwise. Colonel Mustard getting like 11 different touches up the wall there. Almost a really awesome play there. Honestly, if he had gotten only 2 there, that would have been a really good play, but that third touch could probably messed up Random a little bit. You're kind of sitting at the post there, unable to make a save happen. Luckily, the shot was not on net.
Good old crossfire keeping the ball out.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so we have this one trying to make something happen here. Trying to come off the ceiling, Random cutting that off though. Going over Liger, not quite on target though, Random putting it on. Oh no, with the own goal from Liger. Oh, the backflip of the worst kind.
Yeah, it looks like it hit off the top of his car instead of front to throw it back.
Yeah.
And just went forward instead.
It was a good angle from Random though to put it across that way. But such an unfortunate touch by Liger there. Just like that, we're tied with about half the game to go. Ops are going for the pitch there, not able to do much. It's hitting it right back up into Random again so he can take control. 1v1 flick against Liger. 1v1 against Dissonant, unable to do so. And Nova getting a nice backboard pass. Colonel Mustard almost putting the shot on right on the backboard. Oh, and Random was a little bit too far up there. That could have been scary if OTC had any kind of control over the ball. We have Nova coming off the wall, trying to make something happen here. And Dissonant just putting it in. What a shot.
Yeah, no, all of OTC's been playing extremely well. I've seen quite a bit of growth coming from both Diz and Liger throughout the season, and these playoffs, they're showing up.
Yeah. Ultra just waiting for the ball to land on him there. Doesn't have a ton of boost there. He's going to try to make something happen. Dissonant. Trying to make something happen. Random. Barely getting the save. Popster trying to get it through the corner, get it to a pass. Random with control of the ball here, trying to get a pass to Nova. He's coming in, almost puts the shots in. Oh, that was so close. Such a great pass. Colonel Mustard with the follow-up. What a great pass from Randomize. Unfortunate touch for Nova, but it was actually a lucky bounce off the crossbar. Yeah. Colonel Mustard able to come in and kind of clean up.
It might have also benefited for Nola's shot to hit off the crossbar, pulling out the defenders and that, giving a nice open net for Mustard.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. But like, tell me, Ginger, what do you think is happening so far? Oh, we got.
Well, currently Mustard's scoring.
A great pass from Liger Zero, great control to kind of get it right over Colonel Mustard. It was just the freest net Popster's ever seen. Yeah. It seems like Mysticats is struggling a little bit to gain any kind of a footing. You know, they'll get a goal, but it'll be tied for a little while, and then OTC just kind of scores again.
Yeah, the rotations seem to be slightly lacking and not solid in general. As you can see, the defense, it just wasn't there. And most of the times that OTC scoring, the defense is just not there.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. Random, though, trying to keep it in the corner. They're getting a multitude of touches off the wall there. Control. Colonel Mustard sending it in off the corner. Nova coming in almost for the shot. Sends it just a little bit too high. Random trying to make something happen here. Coming off the ceiling. Colonel Mustard as well. You have both of the stronger members of Mysticats stuck in the corner there. Nova on their side. Colonel Mustard and Randomize trying to get back. Colonel Mustard trying to get a 50-50 as well as Nova coming in. All three members in the corner there. Randomize upping to go back in the net. Nova turning to hit the ball. We have Randomize with control. Running away from Popster, it seems. Trying to get it. Going a big boomer all the way down. Colonel Mustard could take a shot here. Popster with the save. Liger Zero would have been there as well. Nova with not the best touch off the wall. Popster able to get the dunk. Popster slowing it down, trying to take it. Takes the boost from Liger Zero. He's like, nope, you're not doing that again. It's fine. Nova trying to send the ball up there, and it's looking kind of tough for Mysticats. This could be the last second they have in RLSS Season 2. Trying to desperately keep it up. Nova getting it up. We're keeping it up at the 0 second mark. We have a pass. Oh no. And no. With the demo on Colonel Mustard to seal the deal. And OTC takes the game. Takes the series. Securing their position in the Grand Championship.
Man.
What do you think, Ginger?
I mean, Mysticats almost literally had a chance. They're sitting at 0 seconds. They were just popping it enough times, and it was just whoo. And I honestly think that whole disconnect issue, it definitely messed me up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys would know as well as any other team.
Yeah.
Resets like that can throw you through a loop. Oh man! And if you look like Popster and Dizen had really popped off that game. Liger Zero kind of taking that third man back position. And the pressure was good on both sides. I mean, Mysticats, they were at 9 shots. OTC was only at 5. The Mysticats definitely tried. You could really tell.
Mhm.
I think it was what you said though. That their defensive rotations just weren't what they should have been.
Yeah, most definitely was what the issue for that game, I believe, was. Oh, there. Because I mean, they had the shots, unlike OTC. So
Yeah. And with that, guys, we're going to be taking another short break, getting ready for the Grand Championship. It's going to be OTC versus Need Boost, 2 Group B teams, and 6 amazing players. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, hit the follow button. We're really trying to get this channel affiliated, get that sub button going. Also, if you look down below, we've got a Discord link, a YouTube link, as well as a Twitter. Make sure you stop by all those things. Really support us going out there. We are RBG Esports, and we will be right back, okay?
woo. Oh no, you're frozen.